Hello, this is Spartan Commander, and this is the 899th Rome Total War Brotherhood game that I've put onto YouTube. And what a cracking close battle I've got for you today. As we know, these days getting close battles are very, very rare, so that's why I wanted to show this battle. You'll see this battle was fought on one of our new flat custom maps. And you'll see here that you've got woods here, so if you want to bring barbarian troops for the woods bonus, you could there. But you can see mostly the battlefield is just flat here, but it's I always like to play on the custom maps. I always think it adds a little bit more to the battle. And over there on the left, you can see that massive rock there. I suppose you could fight around that if you wanted to, but as I say, we find that the custom maps do add a little bit to the battles. Okay, so our first teammate is Brotherhood member Fesen. Now Fesen's got 11 infantry, 4 archers and 5 cavalry. Okay, 11 infantry, 4 archers and 5 cavalry. And if you notice here, as usual, he's got mixed upgrades. He's got 7 upgrades and experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack on some of his infantry. And on others of his infantry, you'll see that he's just got gold shield, gold attack. So this is his standard Roman army there. And he seems to quite like that army. It plays quite well for him, and he's just got 7 upgrades on his cavalry and experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack. So I say that would be Fesen's tried and tested army there. Our next teammate is Brotherhood member Mantu. Now Mantu's got the bog standard 31k Roman army of 14 infantry and 6 cavalry. Okay, 14 infantry, 6 cavalry, and unusually he's made his general a Praetorian cavalry unit there. Okay, so his general's in a Praetorian cavalry unit. There's quite unusual. And there you are, that's the bog standard 31k Roman army there. Their next teammate is RTW player Marcus Maxertius. And he's got 11 pikes, 3 archers, 5 cavalry and 1 chariot unit. So he's got quite a diverse Seleucid army there. If you notice here, his pikemen have got 7 upgrades on and experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack on his pikes. Of course, the cavalry are very important to Seleucids there. And oh my gosh, he's got 8 upgrades on, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack on his cataphracts. And remember, we call these guys the tanks of the ancient world because they're armored from head to toe, and used properly, they can be battle-winning troops. So it'll be interesting to see how well Marcus handles that Seleucid army. And there you've got the chariots there. Remember, we've talked about these chariots on many occasions. Big attack specifications, big fear factor. But if they run amok, they become a menace to both friend and foe alike because they kill both friend and foe alike. And I would say to people, unless you're confident and competent with chariots, you really need to think about whether you want to bring them or not. Also, notice anything about the chariots? No upgrades. So he's put no upgrades at all on these chariots, just bought them kind of without putting anything on them at all. So be interesting to see how they do during the course of the battle. There's his Seleucid army. And our last teammate is myself, Spartan Commander, who's got 15 infantry and 4 cavalry. 15 infantry and 4 cavalry for me. So there's our team. It should be a cracking battle for you to watch. And here is the other team. We have Brotherhood member Naacal. Now Naacal has also got the bog standard 31k Roman army of 14 infantry and 6 cavalry. And the reason that's the bog standard 31k Roman army is because it's so effective and so efficient. Their next teammate is Brotherhood member Vicox. Now Vicox got 12 pikes, 6 cavalry and 3 archers. Quick look at the upgrades on his pikes. So you'll see that his forward pilot shield unit's just got gold shield, gold attack on, because that's the unit that's going to take the damage to start off with in a battle. His second line has got 7 upgrades on. If you notice there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, an experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack. But the rear line of his battle formation, you'll see, has got 8 upgrades on, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack, and that is the optimum upgrades for Macedonian royal pikemen. 8 upgrades. I think most people know that is the optimum upgrades for them there. And as you can see there, he split his pikes into 2 separate armies. This is kind of like the newer way of using pikes and spears these days. And his oh my gosh, look at his cavalry. 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack of his companion cavalry. Remember that Praetorian cavalry have just got a 6 charge bonus. These guys have got a 9 charge bonus. And remember, the charge bonus is the impact and penetration that a unit can do. So as I say, 9 charge bonus for these guys. They're sometimes called the winged horsemen because of those kind of wings they've got on their helmets there. But as I say, Praetorian cavalry have only got a 6 charge bonus. These have got a 9 charge bonus there. Very powerful cavalry with those upgrades on. And as I say, you can see Vicox has split his pikes into 2 armies there. Okay, their next teammate is Brotherhood member Pompey. He has also got the bog standard 31k Roman army of 14 infantry and 6 cavalry. Okay, and their last teammate is Brotherhood member TR, who has bought the Parthian faction, taking advantage of the new rules that we've bought in for 10 cavalry max for Parthia. Now he has got 6 cataphracts, he's got 2 cataphract camels, he's got an eastern cavalry general, 1 horse archer, 3 archers, 3 hillmen. He's got a very diverse army. Well, there's his cataphracts, and if you count them, you see he's got 8 upgrades on his cataphracts there, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. For those of you that might not have seen Parthian units, there where he's got his archers there. Okay, these are very poor archers, medium range, very poor specifications, so you need to put a lot of upgrades on them, but even then they're not kind of great. There's his cataphract camels there. Don't forget, these guys bring a small fear factor to enemy cavalry as well. Okay, they are a bit slow moving, but people seem to like them. And then infantry wise, you've got the Eastern infantry here. This is the infantry that people used to refer to as the pajama people, because a lot of people thought it looks like they just got out of bed in their pajamas, grabbed their spear and shield and went straight into battle. But they are quite poor. No matter what upgrades you put on them, they are pretty poor. And then you've got the hillmen here, which are light infantry. But strangely enough, back in the day when we used to play with Parthia, a lot of players thought that the hillmen were better than the Eastern infantry. So very, you know, that's what people found there. So I see that's why TR's got so many of them. So that's the Parthian army there. So there is the enemy team. You've got Parthia there. As I say, since we introduced the 10 cavalry max for Parthia and Scythia, because their infantry is so poor, we found that Scythia and Parthia have come into the 31k game quite a lot. And it's nice to see Scythia and Parthia coming into our battles, because before we introduced the new rules, we hardly ever saw these 2 factions in our game. They've got Rome, Macedon, Rome and Parthia in their team. Should be a great battle for you to watch. Okay, at this very, very early stage of the battle, you'll see Vicox moving his Cretan archers forward there to try and target our Seleucid ally. Remember, those 121-man units, as we talked about in the past, are very susceptible to any kind of missile damage. And of course, Vicox would like to damage those Seleucid pike units before they get into any hand-to-hand combat. You'll see that Mantu is bringing his Julii army over from the other flank there to try and kind of get in front of our Seleucid ally there, to try and draw archer fire onto his Romans. Remember that Roman troops suffer absolute minimum casualties from archers head on, so that's why Mantu's taking his army in front of our Seleucid ally there. Nice bit of teamwork there by Mantu. Okay, over here you'll see that Pompey's moving his Bruttii army forward. We know that both Mantu and Pompey can be very aggressive players, so maybe the battle might start off here. Here you'll see that Marcus is taking his Seleucid pikemen through Mantu's Julii army there. If I remember in this battle, I think Marcus was very, very aggressive with the Seleucid pikemen. And as you can see there, he's taking them right forward, almost into Pompey's infantry. But you'll see that Pompey's also moving his infantry forward as well, probably with a view to throw in lots of pilers into the Seleucid pikemen there. There you can see a lot of pilers there are going to go into those Seleucid pike units there, which will obviously cause them a lot of casualties. Just look at those pilers going in there. Remember, that's a 121-man unit there. It's reduced to 74 men already, just by piler hits. So, as I say, you see the damage that those Seleucid pike units can suffer before they even get into combat there. Just look at that. There you are. Those are casualties there, Seleucid casualties, just from pilot hits. As I say, this is the big advantage that Rome has over a lot of units there, is the damage they can do with their pilots, as I say, before they even get into hand-to-hand fighting. Here you'll see that Vicox and Naacal are looking to flank Mantu and Marcus there, so you'll see that I'm pulling my Scythia army over to the flank there to try and neutralise any flank attack by Vicox and Naacal. Okay. Meanwhile, at the rear here, you'll see that Fesen is walking his army over. I'm guessing that he doesn't think there's any need to run his troops there, so he's going to walk his troops over to keep them fresh. I guess that's why he's walking over there. He's got his cavalry locked and loaded over there as well. But as I say, here you can see the Parthian general moving his missile troops forward now. As I say, the Seleucids are extremely susceptible to missile damage, those 121-man pike units. So that's why TR is bringing his slingers and archers over here to cause as many casualties as he can. There you are. How often do you see a Parthian slinger unit in a 31k battle? I would suggest very, very rarely. But TR does bring very diverse armies there, and you see you got his archers there shooting fire arrows into the Seleucids as well. Notice how he's got his archers in close tight formation there, for more impact and more damage with his archers. I think those archers actually are fully upgraded there. But as I say, you can see, if you look closely there, see the fire arrows going in. Now remember, fire arrows don't just cause casualties, but they lower the morale of enemy troops as well. So make no mistake, there's a lot of missiles coming in on Marcus's Seleucid units there. There you are, you can see the fire arrows arriving there. And of course the Pompey's Brutii infantry will be causing them casualties as well. As I say, if I remember correctly in this battle, Marcus was very aggressive with his Seleucid pikemen. Also, just to say, in this battle there was a lot of lag. There was a lot of lag in this battle, but gradually, as the battle went on, it turned out into a really good battle here. Now here, as I say, you can see I've moved my Scythia army forward to try and neutralise any flanking attack on Mantu or Marcus there. You can see Vicox has moved over some of his Macedonian troops there. Now watch here as Mantu takes his Julii infantry forward there and really integrates his Julii infantry, his red Julii infantry, in with our Seleucid ally. Nice bit of teamwork there, strengthening the Seleucids there against Pompey's Brutii army. You can see here that TR has got his horse archer unit in Canterbury in circle there. Okay, make no mistake, they'll be shooting loads of arrows into the Seleucid pikemen as well. Marcus is suffering a heck of a lot of damage there from missiles there. And as I say, you can see over here the archers there targeting Seleucid as well. So make no mistake, those Seleucid pikemen will be suffering a lot of missile damage there. There's some Cretan archers there probably shooting into the Seleucids as well. Now, as I say, at the rear here, you can see that Fesen is kind of set up right at the rear here with his army. He's got his archers there that he hasn't brought forward yet. There's his infantry. And as I say, he seems to be setting up at the rear of our armies at the moment. Not sure why he's doing that. It's obviously a tactical move there that he may well then bring his army in whenever he wants. I'm looking to take my Scipio army closer to Mantu and Marcus's army there. As I say, just to try and neutralise any flanking attack on them if I can. And you see that Naacal really spreads his purple SBQR infantry over the battlefield there. Very good use of his infantry there, helping his teammates and things like that. Very good player. But here, once again, can you see Marcus being extremely aggressive with his Seleucid pikemen? You don't see that very often. Right, now I'm going to ask you a tactical question here. Can you see that Mantu is now pulling his red Julii army back from the position that he held there, integrating his troops with our Seleucid ally? Okay, now I believe there's a tactical reason why he's doing that, why he's backing his infantry off. Okay, now what I would say to you is look at the enemy team, okay, from one flank to the other. Look right across their battle formations there, and see if you can think, why is Mantu backing his infantry off? Okay, why would he do that? As I say, just give you a clue here. Look at the enemy team from one flank to the other. Why do you think that Mantu would be moving his Julio army back from fighting at the moment? Okay, can any of you see why he might be doing that? Okay, well, it's because look at our right flank, the enemy's left flank there. Can you see all that's on their flank is some of the poor Parthian infantry, the hillmen and the eastern infantry there, and cavalry. So what I'm thinking here is what Mantu is thinking is he's going to bring his infantry over here with his cavalry, and I think he's going to push on this right flank of ours, because as I say, just look what's in front of him. Basically cavalry, that's all that's really in front of him, and some weak Parthian infantry. So I think that Mantu's backed off from the position that he was in, because I think he's going to push here on our right flank and push against this this enemy flank here, which could, I suppose, as it's got no, you know, elite infantry there, be looked upon as a soft part of the enemy battle line. But we'll see what Mantu's going to do there. But to his Seleucid ally, I would suggest Marcus better stop attacking there now that Mantu's pulled back, and maybe set up a defensive line. That might be a good idea, just to hold his place in the in our battle line there. Right, now here you can see Mantu is taking his infantry over to the right flank, as we thought he might do. And as I say, I think that with his infantry and cavalry, he is going to push on this right flank, causing mischief and disruption here on the enemy flank. That's what I think he's going to do, as we thought he was going to do there. Now here you can see our Seleucid ally has stopped attacking, but has formed up a solid battle line there to stop the enemy getting through that particular part of our battle line, where Mantu, along with his cavalry here, there's some Seleucid cavalry that might get involved as well, and I think they're all going to move towards this right flank here. It'd be interesting to see. As I say, that's why I think Mantu disengaged there, because that was his plan. Here you can see my army is being attacked by Naacal's SBQR troops, and Vicox is Macedonian pikemen. Over here you'll see Vicox, as we know, a very tactical player, getting his cavalry and infantry around the flank of my infantry there. And what I'm hoping here is that Fesen spots that and maybe get some troops over there to kind of neutralise that flanking attack that Vicox is looking to do. Okay, so let's hope that Fesen gets some troops over there. But as I say, on our right flank here, it looks to me like Mantu is going to be pushing there, and it'll be interesting to see what the Parthian general does. Now, is the Parthian general here just going to back all his troops off, or is he going to use his elite cataphracts to attack Mantu? It'll be interesting to see what happens there. But as I say, you can see Mantu advancing there with his infantry, backed up with his cavalry there. And as I say, the Parthian general at the moment appears to be backing his troops off. Okay, as you can see. So Mantu has already achieved one of his goals, which is disruption. He's disrupted the flank of the enemy team here, and that left centre of the enemy team. As I say, you've got these elite cataphracts here, both cavalry and camel cataphracts will TR attack. You've also got the Brutii cavalry here of Pompey. So maybe there could be a massive cavalry hit on Mantu by the enemy team. Plus you've got Pompey's cavalry, infantry that he's moved back here as well. He could throw some units into Mantu's army as well. There's a possibility there that Mantu might get a little bit isolated there. Here you can see, just look at the casualties. You can see some Brutii infantry dead there, but if you notice, the vast majority of the dead are the Seleucids there. That's the casualties that Marcus has lost there from his 121-man pike units. But as I say, he's formed up a solid battle line there. Now I wonder if Pompey is thinking about trying to smash through that Seleucid line there. He may well be doing that. As I say, the forward units in my battle formation are being attacked by Macedonian and SBQR troops. Here you can see Fesen, as we thought, coming over to my left flank to try and neutralise that attack that Vicox looks like he was thinking about doing there on my infantry battle formation. But as I say, over on our right flank here, Mantu's moving forward very aggressively with his infantry and cavalry, and as I say, he's achieved one of his main goals there. Well, two of his goals really. He's caused disruption to the enemy team, and he's causing a bit of mischief, isn't he, by going over there as well. So it'll be interesting to see what Pompey and TR are going to do on that flank. But as I say, Mantu possibly is a little bit isolated there at the moment. Okay, so over here in the centre, pause the game for a second, you'll see that I'm just going to do a cavalry charge into that attacking SBQR infantry unit there that is attacking me. Okay, but I'm also noticing here that my ally Marcus is bringing in his pikes to attack that unit as well. There goes my cavalry, and bang, as I smash in there. But I need to pull my cavalry out of there, not because of enemy troops, but because I don't want any friendly kills from my Seleucid allies pikemen there. Okay, remember, friendly pikes, friendly spears that are down will kill friendly cavalry going through them. So I pulled my cavalry back there. Right over here you can see once again Mantu pressing forward, being extremely aggressive here against Parthia, and some elements of Brutii cavalry there as well. So as I say, Mantu being very, very aggressive here on our right flank. And as I say, he has caused mischief and disruption to the enemy battle line. Now here you'll see that Marcus once again has been aggressive with his pike units, and you can see Pompey's thinking, right, okay, this is it, and I'm going to charge my infantry in here, and he really is trying to blast a hole through our battle line by smashing those Seleucid pike units. Make no mistake about that. You can see the pike units there coming in now. Maybe I need to move my infantry over to a little bit there to help my Seleucid ally. Here you can see Fesen moving forward there towards the enemy troops. His archers will be shooting into the Macedonians as well. There you can see him shooting in there, causing some casualties there to the Macedonians. As I say, the 121 man unit's very susceptible to missile damage. But as I say, over here it looks to me like Pompey wants to smash those Seleucid pikemen of our allies there. Imagine that, if he breaks through there, if he breaks through those Seleucid pike units there, he's literally smashed the centre of our battle line there, and then can come in on the flank of my infantry. Okay, so you can see that's what Pompey's looking to do there, breaking through our Seleucid ally. Meanwhile over here, as I say, Mantu being very aggressive. Now, looking at the disposition of the enemy troops here, it wouldn't surprise me if they now attack Mantu. I think Mantu is quite isolated now, and I think the enemy team are seeing that. Now here you'll see that Mantu's rammed his cavalry into these Parthian troops, but if you notice there, you've got Eastern infantry with their spears, so they're going to be anti-cavalry. There's hillmen there that have got spears, so they're anti-cavalry, and of course he's just charging into these camel cataphracts. Now remember that the camel cataphracts bring a small fear factor to enemy cavalry, but you can see Mantu's really rammed that cavalry in, and here you can see his infantry coming over as well. But just look at all that enemy Brutii cavalry and those elite Parthian cataphracts there as well. Just look at them charging in there. Bang! As those cavalry units go in. Another cavalry unit's going to charge in there like a bang! As that smashes in there as well. Oh my gosh. Alright, let's pause the game for a second here. So, as I say, you've got all these enemy cavalry coming in. You can see a Seleucid, a couple of Seleucid cavalry units coming in, and a chariot unit as well. But oh my gosh, things could be looking pretty bad on that right flank. Over here, as I say, you can see our Seleucid pike and they look like they're almost on the brink of breaking. Just look at the sheer weight of numbers that Pompey's throwing in there. So I think what I need to do is get my infantry over to help and support my ally there, my Seleucid ally. Otherwise, make no mistake, that part of our battle line is going to be broken. Can you see what I mean? That part of our battle line is going to be broken here. I see our Seleucid ally got a couple of his cataphracts there ready to throw in. Here I've got 3 units he's going to throw in there. Looks like he's going to charge straight into attack Pompey's Brutii infantry. Now you'll notice there that Pompey is now backing off his infantry. See the Seleucid general there as well, giving morale bonus to his troops. Remember, Seleucid morale is not very good, so to have his general close by giving morale bonus is a really good tactical move. Meanwhile over here you'll see there's a real tussle going on between the Parthian cavalry and infantry. There's a unit of Brutii cavalry in there as well against Mantu's red Brutii unit. See the Parthian cataphracts using their effective against armor maces there. Make no mistake, that can make a real difference in a hand-to-hand battle going on there. Here already can see Pompey taking some of his cavalry further on through there. But as I say, here you can see our Seleucid allies throwing chariots and his cataphracts into Pompey's retreating infantry. See that happening there? You can see that. I think it's time for me to charge my cavalry in as well. You can see Pompey's brought some of his Brutii cavalry in, look, and bang, as that charges in there. Oh my gosh, this could be a make or break part of the battle here. You can see my Scipii cavalry coming in here. I'm trying to smash into Pompey's Brutii infantry there. There goes my cavalry. Get ready for this. And bang, as they smash in there. You'll see I'm bringing my infantry over as well. Oh my gosh, just look at all these. You can see Naacal's brought his cavalry in, charging into our troops as well. But there you can see there my cavalry charging in there along with the Seleucid cavalry. You can see me bringing my infantry over. Make no mistake here, we're looking to take out Pompey's infantry if we can. Okay, but over here on our right flank, you'll see that the Parthians are doing really well against our Julii ally there, Mantu. I mean, this just goes to show, doesn't it, with a slight change of rules there, 10 cavalry max for Parthia instead of the 6 it's been for, 17 years, how good they're doing there against good Roman troops. Right, okay, so good news for us here. You'll see that there's a heck of a lot of Pompey's Brutii infantry routing. You can see I've brought my infantry into the fray as well as my cavalry, and there you'll see it's good news for us. The Brutii general has been routed there, can you see? And all that, the vast majority of Pompey's Brutii infantry has now been routed. Okay, so that's good news for us. Very good news there. A nice bit of teamwork there between my Seleucid ally and myself. But you'll see that Pompey's still got his cavalry left, and it wouldn't surprise me if he smashed them in to Mantu's red Julii infantry there. But make no mistake, there's been a real tussle on our right flank between Parthia and Julii infantry there. Right here where you can see Pompey's cavalry charging in there. Get ready for this. And bang, as he smashes in there. Oh my gosh, just look at the impact of that cavalry. You can see it really penetrating into Mantu's tired, battle-damaged infantry there. Oh my gosh, there's a chance here that all of Mantu's infantry could be routed. Oh my gosh. We thought he was a little bit isolated, and look how the enemy troops had taken advantage of that. You can see that Mantu's pulled some of his cavalry units out, but you can see here that, oh my gosh. Right, so all of Mantu's infantry has now been routed. Okay, all of Mantu's infantry has been routed. He's managed to save a few very battle-damaged cavalry units there. That's all he's been managing to save there. The rest of his infantry has been taken out by a concerted Parthian attack there, and then backed up by Brutii cavalry. But as I say, good news for us. We've managed to rout Pompey's Brutii infantry, so that's good news for us in one way, but bad news that we've lost our right flank. Here you'll see that my troops here are attacking Naacal's SBQR troops. Nice cavalry charge here from Fesen. He came in from the other flank, smashed his cavalry into Naacal's SBQR troops there. Nice hit there as he charges in. Meanwhile, over here you'll see that Fesen is attacking the Macedonians with his infantry there. Maybe might be a good idea, rather than attack them head on there, is to take some infantry around the flank and get in behind them, so he can pin and hold them with some of his units and get some units in behind. Over here you got that well upgraded companion cavalry of Vicox in behind us as well. Okay, remember he's got 8 upgrades on those companion cavalry, and remember the companion cavalry have got a 9 charge bonus, a massive impact and penetration bonus they've got. So we'll have to watch those very closely. But as I say, over here on our right flank, we've lost our right flank here after a tough fight. Mantu held for a long time there, but the Parthians did absolutely, well, I was just amazed on how well the Parthians did. But all these enemy troops now here, all these enemy troops can now smash in to my Scipii army. That could have been a make or break of the battle there. And as I say, all those enemy troops, their morale will be high after routing Mantu's army, and they will be looking to smash into my troops there. Okay, you can see I'm surge attacking with my infantry here. I'm trying to do a surge attack onto Naacal's infantry there. You can see I'm sending cavalry over there to help Mantu. I think that's what I was thinking there. But as I say, you just noticed there, all of Mantu's, basically all of his army's been routed, so I'm going to charge my cavalry back in here and help try and take out some of Naacal's troops there. Over here you can see I'm charging my cavalry into a couple of Naacal's infantry. As I say, my infantry now are surging forward. If you notice, can you see that old school, old-fashioned surge attack there? And you can see I'm bringing my cavalry into the rear of them as well. But we've routed Naacal's general, I believe, there, and a lot of his units are starting to rout. There you are. You can see there his general's been taken out there, and you can see that a lot of Naacal's units are starting to rout as well. So that's good news for us. Okay, but meanwhile over here you'll see that Fesen's put his cavalry up against that one upgraded companion cavalry. There's a couple of Macedonian pikes heading his way, so it might be a good idea for Fesen to pull his cavalry out before those anti-cavalry pikemen can get involved there. You can see those pikemen running in. Yeah, Fesen, trying to move your cavalry out the way, man, before those anti-cavalry pikes get those pikes down on you. Oh dear, got the pikes down straight on him there. But meanwhile, over on our right flank, as I say, the victorious enemy troops have taken out two more of our Seleucid allies' pike units there. See those two units there, both been taken out by this victorious cavalry of the Parthians and the Brutii cavalry of Pompey there. Alright, now here you can see I'm running my infantry over to try and neutralise all that cavalry. But my guess is, of course, those enemy troops, those enemy generals are very experienced. They'll just pull their cavalry away from my infantry. But meanwhile, at the rear here, you'll see that Fesen suffered a lot of casualties there from that little cavalry battle that they had there. So it'd be interesting to see what he does with the cavalry that he's got left. As I say here, you can see me moving my blue Scipii infantry towards the enemy cavalry, but both TR and Pompey are two experienced generals there. I don't think they'll want to take on my infantry. I think you'll see them pull their cavalry away from my infantry there. There's a Seleucid general that's got a pike unit, charged his cavalry unit in there as well. Okay, so I'm going to ask you a tactical attack question with my cavalry here. Okay, so should I charge into the rear of those pikemen? Is that what you would do? Or would you run over and help my infantry there, maybe against all that cavalry? Oh dear, that's a Seleucid general just been taken out. Right, here comes my cavalry. Look, and bang into the back of that engaged Macedonian unit there. Okay, so do you think that was a right move for my cavalry, or do you think I should have taken my cavalry back over to help my infantry? Right, this is a good move by Vicox. Brought his pikemen there to attack the flank of Fesen's infantry as they're engaged fighting his other Macedonian units there. Now here, this is a great move by Vicox. He has got Fesen's cavalry sandwiched there between the companion cavalry and his pike units there. Now there's a good chance that Fesen could lose all his cavalry here against these pike units and that well upgraded companion cavalry there. It looks like he's got one cavalry. Oh my gosh. Right, so I think Fesen just lost all his cavalry there. Now that was a nice move by Vicox there, a good tactical move with his pikes and his cavalry, and he's now going to come in behind of Fesen's infantry there where those pike units engage him. Okay, so meanwhile here, as I thought, and as I said to you before, as I move my infantry forward, both Pompey and a TR have moved their cavalry away from my infantry battle formation there, and they may well be trying to get back over there to attack Fesen's Julii infantry there. So I need to start getting my infantry back towards Fesen's infantry now as fast as I can to try and support Fesen, because as I say, the enemy cavalry are definitely moving towards him there. And as I say, Fesen there could be exposed to cavalry. As he's lost his cavalry now, he could well be exposed to cavalry hits. As I say, I'm moving my infantry over as fast as I can to try and get to him. Now, this is a trait that I noticed Pompey over the years does. Very often in battle, Pompey keeps his cavalry back. Now, yes, they are battle damage, but they still are powerful numbers there. And this is what he does in battle. He tends to keep his cavalry back to the end of the battle. Now you think about that. Towards the end of the battle, most enemy troops are battle depleted. They may have lost all their cavalry. And he all of a sudden has still got a lot of his cavalry left. And make no mistake, keeping his cavalry back kind of to the end of the battle has caused him to kind of change battles. You know what I mean? Change the outcome of battles by keeping his cavalry back. Now, make no mistake, he's probably looking to target my infantry, and it wouldn't surprise me if TR targeted my moving infantry as well. So I could well get hit by Brutii cavalry of Pompey and Parthian cavalry of TR here as I'm moving my infantry across. Okay, you can see me move my infantry across, trying to get to Fesen as fast as I can. Okay, so now at this stage of the battle, if you notice here, you'll see that Vicox is getting pikemen and cavalry in behind Fesen's engaged infantry there. And I think Fesen is looking possibly in danger of having quite a few units routed there by that tactics of Vicox. So very nice move there by Vicox. Okay, so at this stage of the battle, I want to ask you a tactical attack question if you were in charge of my cavalry. Okay, so yeah, my cavalry is battle damaged, but it still can be quite strong. Okay, if I hit the right targets or help out in any way with my cavalry. Now, what do you think you would do if you were in charge of my cavalry? Put my cavalry over with my infantry to possibly neutralise any enemy cavalry attack coming in on my infantry. Is that something you'd do? So my cavalry would go in, integrate with my infantry to try and counter any enemy cavalry attack. Or would you take my cavalry over there and attack the tired Parthian cavalry there? Is that something you would do? Take my cavalry over there, try and neutralise the Parthian cavalry. But as I say, if you were in charge of my cavalry, looking at the entire battlefield there, how do you think you would use my cavalry if you were in charge of it? Just looking around the battlefield there. What do you think? How do you think you would use that cavalry to make the most of it? Interesting, isn't it? So let's see what I decide to do with my cavalry. Okay, so what I've decided to do, I'm going to smash my cavalry into the back of those two engaged Macedonian pike units, and bang, as they smash in there. Right, that's great. So I've taken out those two Macedonian pike units there, which has freed up all those Julii troops of Fesen's now. Can you see all those troops there that were fighting those two Macedonian units are freed up now to attack enemy troops? You'll see the Parthian cavalry coming in behind my cavalry there, but Fesen's infantry will engage those Parthian cavalry there. So that's what I decided to do with my cavalry. Now over here, you'll see my infantry. I'm still running towards Fesen there to try and help him against the Macedonians. But make no mistake, Pompey's going to smash his cavalry into my moving infantry. Get ready for this, and bang, as he smashes it into my infantry there. Okay, so now I've got to turn my infantry to face the threat of that cavalry. Okay, now he hit me while I was on the run there, so he would have caused me a lot of casualties there. But as I say, that was a good moving hit there by Pompey into the flank of my moving infantry. Really good hit there by him. And I think if my infantry had been weaker, or if I hadn't had them in such a dense formation there, he would have routed a heck of a lot of my units. Might have even caused a mass rout. But as you can see there, his cavalry now has been mostly routed there from hitting my infantry. But that was a good attempt there to rout my infantry. As you can see, I've already put a couple of 3 units actually over here to help against Macedon. I've got my cavalry attacking some Macedonian units as well. But what I need to do now is get my infantry over there to try and help Fesen against the Macedonians. Okay, here you can see that Mantu still got his cavalry left. Remember, we saw his infantry get taken out, but he's been moving his cavalry around the battlefield, hitting targets with that cavalry, so well done to him there. But as I say, I'm just trying to get my Scipii infantry over to help against these Macedonian pikes there, and help Fesen there, because he's being attacked by Parthian cavalry there. Oh, that's good news. Parthian general's just been taken out. Right there I can see my Scipii infantry arriving into that particular part of the battle there. And as my Scipii infantry hits, it wouldn't surprise me if the Macedonians started to rout there, including the general. There you go. So there you can see my troops sweeping in. There's a Brutii cavalry unit just smashed into the rear of our troops. But it wouldn't surprise me if Pompey admitted defeat now, because that's what, yeah, there you are. He's just admitted defeat. So it looks like our team has managed to go on to win the battle here. But make no mistake, it was a very close battle, I think, here. If we go all the way over to the other flank, this is where Mantu was fighting the Parthians there. Just look at the dead there. Oh my gosh. You can just see all the dead. You can see how intense the fighting was. You can actually see here Parthian cataphracts dead there in amongst the Julii dead and the Brutii dead there. So as I say, this right flank was could have been pretty important. But here you can see that Mantu kept his general alive. So that's good. So he's kept the general morale bonus going there by keeping his general alive. So well done to him there. As we move over to this part of the battlefield here, you can see this is where I think we were fighting Naacal, and you can see lots of dead Brutii troops. That's where we routed Pompey's troops there. And over here you can see a heck of a lot of dead Seleucid troops. Remember, we looked at them earlier, been killed by missiles, both pilers and arrows there. So you can see masses dead there. And as we move across the battlefield here, you can see more dead. As we move over onto the other flank, this is where Fesen was fighting the Macedonians there. And say lots of dead there as well. So it's a very intense battle, and I think it was quite a close battle as well there. As I say, if my infantry had routed from Pompey's cavalry hit there, it might have changed the whole battle possibly there. Another battle here. This is more like a cavalry battle. I think this is where Fesen's cavalry were fighting the Macedonian cavalry there. So you can see it was looking at the dead. It's pretty even there, really, isn't it? Do you think, although the red saddle blankets there tended to stick out more than the Macedonians, I think. But as I say, I think we managed to go on to win the battle here. As the Macedonian general has just been killed. And I think, if I remember right, at this stage of the battle, it's only Parthia that's left now. Only TR, and he's only got a couple of units left there. I think he's got a hillman unit and a missile cavalry unit left, maybe another archery unit. But as I say, it looks like our team has gone on to win the battle. But I thought that was a really interesting scrap on our right flank between the Parthian cataphracts and the whole of Mantu's army, both infantry and cavalry. Just goes to show how tough Parthia can be. Now we've introduced these new rules. Right, you can see my cavalry going to charge into these weakened hillman units. Get ready, and bang! My cavalry smashes in there. That hillman unit was battle damaged, and it was very tired as well, as my cavalry smashed into it there. But it wouldn't surprise me if now TR admitted defeat. If you look at the Parthian units there, you'll probably see them white flag where where he's going to admit defeat, because they were. So he's just admitted defeat there. So as I say, a very close battle. As I say, in this battle there was quite a lot of lag, but in the end it did turn out to be a really good, exciting battle there. Okay, so as we thought there, I'd just like to say really well done to everybody in the game. I thought everybody played really well in that battle. As I say, the lag did cause us some problems in that battle, and you can see it was a close victory there. So as we thought, very close. And the reason I want to show this battle is because it's so rare these days for us to get close battles. So that's why I really wanted to show this battle, because it is very rare. And the highest kills in the game, unusually, very unusually, goes to myself, Spartan Commander, 1,847 kills. Very pleased with that. And as I say, very rare these days for me to get highest kills. So quite pleased with that. So I'd like to see, well done to TR with Parthia. Now I'd just like you to notice here, second highest kills in the game. Parthia Second highest kills in the game. And make no mistake, everybody in this game are experienced, really good RTW players. So for TR to get the second highest in the game with Parthia, I think that's really good. So well done to TR there with Parthia. How often in all battles over the years have you seen Parthia getting the second highest kills in 31k battles? I would suggest very, very rarely. So well done to him. Well done to Pompey. Got some good kills there. Very aggressive as always. Well played him. Well done Vicox. Got some good kills with his Macedonians. And well done to Naacal. Didn't quite get 1,000 kills, so he might be a bit disappointed, but he played really well. So really well played, guys. I say Marcus there got some good kills with his Seleucids there. Very, very aggressive right from the start of the battle. Well done to Mantu. Just got over 1,000 kills there. He did well. And well done to Fesen. 1,408 kills. So he did well as well. So really well done. I think everybody played really well in the battle there. As you can see, just look at the kill counts. It goes to show how close this battle was. But as I say, for TR with Parthia, this is why we've introduced the 10 cav max for Parthia and Scythia. And since we've done that, we see Parthia and Scythia in our battles a lot more than we have for 17 years of only having 6 cavalry max for them. So well done to TR there. I think it was a great example of how to handle Parthia. And they were the enemy team at Parthia, Rome, Macedon and Rome. Do you think that gives them a faction advantage on us? We had Rome, Seleucid, Rome and Rome. I think that's quite a solid team as well there. So do you think either team had faction advantage? Well, looking at the kills that TR got, I would say they've got better faction there, haven't they? Advantage there. That's second highest kills in the game with Parthia. So, as I say, it's very rare to see a close battle these days. That's why I wanted to show this battle. There was a lot of lag in this battle, but in the end, it did turn out to be a really good battle. Spartan Commander saying bye for now.